thumbnail. Hi guys! Woo! This never again. Why did I get embarrassed by myself? I was like, what am I doing? You know when you do something embarrassing and in the middle of it you like, you know what you're doing?
I hope nobody saw that.
I hope nobody saw that.
Welcome to
the Sab and Liz podcast. Guys, I'm so happy to see Sabina again.
I'm so happy to see you. Well, great.
Well, that was good and I made it hard to apologize for never being consistent on this channel.
You are consistent with the vlog,
but not with you.
You're not consistent with me. I mean, we've been like living our own lives.
So Sabina has her separate life now and I do too. So we're not conjoined twins anymore. Oh my god, guys, we had such an unhealthy relationship at some point.
Like a couple months ago?
Yeah, literally.
In summer, it was so bad.
It was so bad. We were so like controlling over each other. Like, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do this.
We were like a couple.
Yeah, we were literally acting like a couple.
Yeah, and it was so bad.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we separated and it was very healthy now.
Yeah, now we have like our own life.
Now we have boundaries, guys. What did you think about my videos?
I think that anything you do is so amazing and I truly mean that. Like anytime I see you, like my heart just wants to cry. Like I get like
cry now, please.
Yeah, but I'm gonna cry. You're gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. But guys, anytime I see my sister, like I just hope she's doing well, like with anything in life, like even if we're not together and stuff, and I really mean that.
Yeah.
And like anytime I get so happy when she posts a video and I go to the comments and I see like such supportive comments about you, because I feel like people really like don't understand how sweet you are. And I like, guys, a lot of people say this about like me, that I'm helpful and everything, but I feel like Sabina is the type of person when you need something, like no matter what it is, if you're a friend or whoever, like even if she doesn't know it, she will drop everything and come help you, like no matter where she is. She's always my emergency contact because she's always there, and I really appreciate you and I love you so much. Like we were just talking about like Sabina was like, Liz, if I died, I was like, yeah, I would, you know,
yeah, because
leave this earth as well.
We were talking about like how, by the way, thank you so much, and you're also my emergency contact.
Yeah,
like, I feel like we're so connected, and I feel like that's why now like we've separated. It's like almost like I'm breaking up with someone.
Yeah, but I think it's healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy now because I feel like we're now going into a phase of like really being like sisters.
Yeah,
and like before we were like best friends, which makes it like,
but we're still best friends.
No, we're still best friends, but I mean like sometimes like there has to be boundaries sometimes, and I feel like we didn't have that. You know what I mean? And it affected like the people around us.
Yeah, no, it did. It affected everything.
Yeah,
like if with my previous relationship, if I was going on vacation, I was always like, oh, we're taking Sabina as well.
My first boyfriend, I would take Liz with me to my dates.
Yeah, I would be there.
I was like, what are you doing? I'm going to the movies.
Do you want to come?
Do you want to come?
Yeah.
Wait, what were you talking about?
I don't know.
I think I have ADHD.
No, you do.
Oh.
If Sabina is doing one thing, like she's texting, she's not answering anymore. Like she cannot focus on multiple things at the same time. So she'll be texting, even on the phone, and it will go quiet for like 20 minutes. I know she's texting.
I tell you, wait,
yeah, 20 minutes. And guys, the way Sabina texts, dry.
Why is this
one tone? Sabina,
that's how I talk in a video.
Like, you know, an AI, how they would text you, that's how Sabina texts. Like, hello, how are you? Like my friend was talking about this. She was like, Liz, it's so funny how Sabina texts me, and she started like reading the conversation. I was laughing so hard because this is the most Sabina thing I've ever heard.
And then Liz was talking to me. She was like, yeah, we were laughing about the conversation because you were so dry, and I was like, oh, I thought I was being really nice.
She was like, I was really caring and stuff. Yeah. I was like, Sabina.
And then I reread the messages and I was like, oh my god, this is so dry.
So dry.
And I thought we had like the most emotional conversation ever.
She goes like, hello. And then she's like, hi, Sabina. And then she goes like, how are you? Good, Sabina, how are you? Good. Is there anything you need?
And then she goes like, no, and then she started laughing and stuff, and I was like, no, really, like, really, how are you?
That's like,
So-
Sabina, I'm fine.
I felt like I needed to ask her. And then, yeah, whatever. So I think
Anyways, guys, we decided
this video is gonna be about us answering your questions.
But we're like not gonna laugh anymore because you guys don't like that.
If we laugh,
You guys can report us to
no,
the police.
If we laugh,
If we laugh, then we laugh.
if we laugh, then we laugh. Then if we laugh, then your question was funny, which
Yeah.
is a good thing because humor is a high vibration. Okay, first question. Okay, this is so funny because Liz, your questions and my questions that we chose are like total opposite of each other. Anyway, okay, the first question. Do you guys think, by the way, I should be like a game show presenter?
I was watching your vlog and I was thinking you would do so well as like a presenter in documentaries.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, I
actually.
love. You know what I love? Vice. I love the Vice documentaries. They
Yeah.
do. I love it so much.
You would do so well as a presenter.
Yeah. So if anyone
Vice,
from
reach out to us.
Vice, let
and
us
make
know.
Sabina your presenter.
You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. First question.
Yeah.
How to make new friends or how to find the right people for you?
No.
Why did I? You're right. Liz was like, you ask stuff very slow. I need to do it faster. Again, rewind.
No, it was good. It was great.
No, it was too slow. Again. Can you share us your experience? Oh, this is another. This was the whole question, by the way. Can you share us your experience with school? How to make new friends? How to find the right people?
So, should I say what I went through in school? So in school, I was always very bullied because I would act like a clown, so people would like me, and I was a big people pleaser in that way. So from the age like, ever since we were like in the school?
Kindergarten.
Yeah, like ever since me and Sabina were bullied there, and then I feel like when you went into high school, you weren't bullied anymore.
I was bullied.
Oh, you were?
But I was so like, you know, when you're like, you're just like an NPC.
Yeah, Sabina is very like serious, you know.
I was very quiet. And I think it's like hard to like. It's easier to bully someone who's like out there,
Yeah, that's
than
true.
someone who's like not. They're just there, and I feel
Yeah.
like I was just like there.
Yeah.
I didn't really do much.
Yeah.
You know, I came to school. I wasn't really like best friends with anyone. I was like friends with like I had like people I like, but you were like really like out there, and
I was really trying to make friends or
Yeah.
trying to be liked by other people,
You were
and
easier to judge.
yeah, because I was really like putting myself out there and
Yeah.
being vulnerable in a way. But I was very like bullied in a sense of like they would make me do stuff that was kind of laughing at me, but I didn't realize it until I was like, I did know it felt bad, but later on I was like, oh, I was actually really bullied. And then when that one school that I went to, that you went to afterwards, and they
Yeah.
were like, your sister's really bullied in
Yeah,
the school.
this one girl, I went to this one school, and Liz already like left to another school, and I made some friends there, and these girls were like, oh, you're her, like Liz, her sister, and I was like, yeah. She was like, she was bullied so bad, and I didn't know.
Yeah, I would tell like no one, but
Yeah.
like that was the school where like guys used to fight me, like actually like literal bad bullying where I would cry and go like home and stuff, but I wouldn't tell my parents and no one because I never felt like anyone would anyways defend me. And I think that's why later on in life I built such a wall around myself where I'm like, anytime someone tries to say something to me, it feels almost like an attack.
Yeah.
And I have to defend myself because I always felt like no one was ever defending me, you know? But I'm working on that because it's tiring for the soul to constantly feel like you need to defend yourself or you need to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
So after that particular school, I changed schools again because of the bullying. And the last school where I finished and graduated high school, at that school, I was like growing up, I was like 16, 18, I stayed there, and I was becoming like more beautiful. I just learned a little bit about makeup. And then I remember like two of the popular girls, they came to me and they were like, oh, you should be friends with us because you're beautiful. And I looked at them, and that was the first time in my life that I didn't want to fit in and I didn't want to have friends because I was so tired of it. So I was like, no. So I would like sit alone on the bench. I didn't care until I had like this one girl in my class, and she was the only girl. Her name is Nasira. She's Moroccan, and I still talk to her till this day. I love you. Moroccan. Yeah. And then she never had a friend in her life, so she was also like very isolated. She never had a real friend. And I was like, I want to be your friend. Like, she really stood out to me because she was so isolated, I found. And then when I got to know her, she was so intelligent. She was like really into documentaries, and I was like, oh my god, I found my soulmate. So we connected so well on all these things. And I think when you are looking for friends, you should look for someone that you share a passion with, or that you share like even knowledge or intelligence with, and you find the same things interesting. I would say don't find friends just to have friends, just to fit in, you know what I mean? I think anything in life is too short to live without fulfillment. And I think good friends, like people that make you feel good, people that make you feel better, that fulfills the soul. And I think I really look for fulfillment over the amount of people, because even right now, like I still talk to Nasira, for example. I haven't seen her in years, but I still talk to her, we still communicate. And I have like one friend from back home that I am back in contact with right now, and that's like my only thing. I don't need more friends. I don't want to expand my circle. And that's
your advice would be?
I would be like, find people that give you fulfillment, and don't try to do things just to fit in. It's not cool to be like, oh, I have 20 friends, but you feel lonely at the end of the day. You can have one friend that makes you feel like, whoa, I feel like the best thing on the world when I'm around this person, or when I'm around this friend. And that's how friends are supposed to make you feel. Like my friend from back home that I befriended, I told you, anytime I'm around her, I feel happy. Like I just feel like I have so much fun, you know. She gives me excitement, and she feels the same way. So it's an equal exchange that we have. It gives fulfillment.
I was not really I need friends kind of person. I'm really like, oh, I have my sister always. So I was really lucky that
was that sound on TikTok, like
that older sister that's like, you're my best friend.
So aren't we best friends? Well, I'm definitely your best friend.
That's exactly how I always was. I was always like, oh, I have Liz, I don't really need friends. Really see what you like about yourself, and I would say look for people that like the same things. So even if you're like, for example, like a popular girl and you're going out with the popular kids, but you don't really like them, don't hang out with people just because they're like, this is what I want to say. Don't look for superficial things in people, because it will never fulfill you, ever. If you're befriending someone because they have money, if you're befriending someone because they're pretty, these are so superficial things, and there's no fulfillment in that. There's like no real purpose in that. There's like nothing you really get out of that. So like as a friend, you need someone who's gonna be there for you emotionally. You share a passion, you can actually learn something from them, or they can teach you something, they can change you for the better. That's what we should look for in a friend. And she asked like, how do I make friends then?
Social media. If you have like these type of interests, for example, you're into cooking, you're into singing, you're into even like this band or whatever, you can find like fan pages, you can find anything.
Or just go like to coffee shops.
And don't be afraid to approach people.
Approach people. Like for example, if you see a girl outside reading a book, go up to her and ask her like, what book are you reading? Like I have two friends, like I have a friend, her friend, she met her that way. She was like, oh, what book are you reading? And then they became friends.
I had the friend that Sabina has. the way I met her, because I met her first, was I was sitting in a restaurant and she actually recognized me. She's like, oh, my friends are such huge fans of yours. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I literally asked her, can I sit with you?
Yeah.
And like, can I talk to you? And she's like, yeah. And then we started talking, and she's literally been in her life ever since.
Next question. Did you choose this question?
Which one?
How do I have high vibrations?
Okay, that's a good question.
How do I have high vibrations? That's such a like broad question. Like, how do I have a high vibration? High vibration is you feeling happy, is you feeling fulfilled, is you feeling like it's such a broad question. It's hard to answer like in one way, you know, because it has so many aspects.
I think when I feel the most high vibrational is when I connect to God, or I talk to God, like just in a prayer sense. When I'm working out, when I'm doing some type of workout, when I'm really like drinking enough water. Like, these things seem so simple, but I promise you guys, when you actually do them, because they're always like, oh, this is such cliche advice. When you do it, you feel better. I don't know what it does. I don't know. I do know why. It's moving your energy. It's like you feel so on top of the world when you start to care about your inner sense of self. And for me, for example, like what also gives me high vibration is like reading a book, because I love knowledge. I love the mind. So anytime I feel like I watched a documentary, or I talked to you and you taught me something new, I'm like, whoa, I love this. And you can instantly see like I become happier because of it. I think also the people around you play a huge role into your vibrations and how you feel about yourself. That's why I'm always saying, have friends, have relationships that feed you. You can feel it in your soul when something feeds you. Like, even remember my past relationship, when you saw me after that, like, what did you and mom say? Like, Liz, we don't recognize you anymore. What happened? And they kept saying it, and I was like, you guys are exaggerating. But now if I look back at picture, like, I really looked lifeless. And it was because you're not around the right people, or maybe you are around the right people, but you're not willing to let that go when it's time to be done. And when you still stay, when something is done and you still stay, it will suck the life out of you. You will not look like yourself anymore. So in order to keep that high vibration, make sure you surround yourself with people that want to see the best in you and that want to see you glow. That's when you start to glow. Your environment creates your inside and how you feel.
Yeah, I think that having a high vibration is all about, I was talking to this one woman and she told me, find what makes your heart jump. Find what like excites you, excites your heart, you know? Because I feel like high vibration is all about like connecting to your heart, connecting to who you are. It doesn't really have to do with like, what are they doing? You know, I should be doing what they do and da 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 da. Like, high vibration for me and for you could be two totally different things, you know, because maybe what makes me happy doesn't make you happy. So it's all about you and your inside. Like, what makes me happy, you know? You have to like analyze your life. Like, okay, what was it that I did that made me like, oh yeah, I like this, you know? It could be something, like you said, so simple. Like just going to the gym or reading a book, you know? It's like, just like it's not about the things you do, but it's like really about the feeling it gives you. And that's like the high vibration, because it's like it's a vibration, you know?
For you, it could be something so simple as watching a movie with yourself and like enjoying that so much that your vibration is just so high because you enjoyed that. Or like having a nice bath, something so simple.
Or going for a walk outside.
Nature.
For example, me, if I go for a walk, I am happy. I don't care what is happening in my life. If I can go for a walk, I will come home happy. I'm in a high vibration then, you know what I mean? And like Liz said, environment is so important. You could be the happiest person in the world, but if your environment is sad and miserable and you keep around these people,
it lowers your vibration.
It drains you.
And addictions lower your vibration. Too much alcohol, all these things, they lower your vibration. You know, there's also the addiction to social media lowers your vibration. A lot of people, they get sucked into social media they read all these things and it really lowers your vibration. For example, me, I just stopped all the social media. Like I stopped watching any social media. I was like, Liz, you're not allowed to go, let's say, on TikTok or anything anymore, because unless I just post, but I won't look at the videos anymore. Because for example, when Liam Payne died, it was like such a shock to me, even though I was never a fan of One Direction, nothing, but it shocked me so much. And then when I went like on TikTok to see videos about it or whatever, like, and I was reading the comments, they were so disrespectful and so like laughing at someone's death. I got so disgusted by it, and I was like, ew, like that lowered my vibration so much, and I felt actually so bad. You know, this was a human being at the end of the day. And I get it, some people cope with making jokes and all these things, but at what point did we cross the line between bullying, like plain bullying? Because you can say whatever you want because you guys think like, oh, they're rich and they're a celebrity and whatever, but in what world does someone go online, laugh about someone's death, about someone's struggle, and feel good about themselves? In what world is that normal? You know what I mean? But I know it will never stop. So in my world, what I can do, it cannot exist, or I cannot see these negativities if I don't look into it, or if I don't click on it. So what I would also say is, in order to keep your vibration high, is don't consume social media mindlessly. Know that anything you're watching is an energy exchange. Any person you're watching, any information you're taking in. So be very, very careful with overdoing it.
Overindulgence in anything, social media, in work, and even if you're doing something good, overindulging in something is like draining yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Draining your energy. You have to know your limits. Like, even social media is such a big thing, because I see, I was talking to 2 young girls, by the way, last week in the coffee shop. They were like fans of your videos, by the way.
Oh.
And I was talking to them, and I was like, I noticed that a lot of young people have a hard time focusing.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's because they were like 20 years old. Like, it's because of social media.
It is,
you know? They were like, it's so easy for us to sit hours on TikTok, but like reading one page of a book is they need so much energy to like really understand what's on that one page.
Yeah.
But like, social media is such a big thing on like your draining your energy.
Yeah,
especially TikTok is like,
I swear, Serena, ever since I stopped going on it, I feel so free.
Yeah.
And all this negativity, it like doesn't exist in my world. It doesn't exist. It's almost like I feel so free, and I can create, and I can do anything and live my life. But before that, I just felt so, I don't know.
If you cannot put your phone down for like an hour and just not like think about it and leave it, and not like, you can't leave it for an hour, you have an addiction. Basically, high vibration, it's all about you.
Yeah.
You, not other people. Find what makes like you excited.
Yeah.
And then do that, you know, it can be really simple.
And don't compare what you like with what others like.
Exactly.
Because, for example, some people, they thrive when they cook. They're like, oh, my dream is to be a chef. Or like, oh, my dream is to open this business or to do this. Oh, my dream is actually to live in nature and not do any of that. Or, you know, all these things. But like, what excites me or what excites Sabina might not excite you. And that's okay. But don't compare yourself. And that goes, again, into social media. If you like consume social media mindlessly, you might think that you're behind in life, or you might think like, oh my god, she got that, I need to get it too now.
This is such a big thing. I was actually talking to my friend about this, because you know, there's so much self-help now and advice on the internet, that I feel like when you don't know who you are, you will consume so much advice that you don't know what you want to do. And if I can give one advice, is that, for example, Liz is giving advice to you guys. You know, she gives great advice. What applies to her life and what she does, you don't have to literally do the same thing.
Exactly.
You have to listen to the advice and think, how can I apply this advice to my life, to my personality? Because Liz is a different person than you. She lives a different life than you. You have to look at her and think, okay, she gave this advice. For example, you said like, oh, I love wearing blue because you know, I have fair skin and this and that, black hair, and I like blue on me. If you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm also gonna wear blue, You know, that's not how you should take advice. It's like, okay, let me look at my skin. What skin color do I have? Oh, okay, what fits with my skin? What fits with my hair? You know, that's how I think you should apply advice to your life. Because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, he bought 3 cars, I want the same 3 cars because he's successful. You know
I think it's the same way, like what you're saying is so right, because the same way if I say, for example, oh, I want a partner that like pays my bills, does my stuff, but that's what I want, you know?
Exactly.
But a lot of people watching, maybe they want to do 50-50. They want to pay for their own stuff and they don't feel comfortable that other person's paying for them. That's completely fine, you know? Do what you want. Do what fulfills you.
What you want.
Your life is about you.
It's about you, and this is such a big thing. Don't try to become someone else. Don't try to become someone else. I just want to say this. I see a lot of young girls just like literally becoming another person. It's like, does it even make you happy? Are you following who you are, or are you following somebody else's path? Because maybe you have a bigger purpose than that person. Maybe you have a bigger purpose. Maybe you're even more talented. Maybe you have bigger 100%. Things to do in this world. But because you're trying to imitate someone that's on the internet, it's stopping you from finding your own path.
And you're downplaying yourself.
You're downplaying
making yourself smaller.
Because no one's better than no one, you know. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, you know. We all have the same fate, you know, same destiny. Like, we're all gonna die at some point. And what you want to do is like, legacy is such a big thing. You know, like always when you're like talking about high vibrations, purpose is such a big thing. You know? And when we talk about purpose, it's like, oh, okay, what's your passion? Purpose will literally save your life.
I was just talking with Sabina about this actually, where people, I was talking about my eating disorder that I used to have that was so bad. The time that I had my eating disorder and that I was only focused on that was the time that I was living without purpose, because all my energy had time to go towards, oh, what will we eat? What will we not eat? But when I started my YouTube and I started putting that energy into creating, into putting videos out there, into touching one person's life even, you know, into making someone rethink their choices, that's what started to fulfill me. And now if I leave this earth, I know I will take nothing. I will not take my physical body. I will not take my partner, not my children, not anything I own. I will not take it. But the one thing that will remain on this earth is my videos, and is the impact that I had on this earth.
And your words.
And my words that I was allowed to share in this world, and that God gave me a platform to do so. So find something like that. If you leave this earth, what do you want to be remembered for? Because I promise you, no one is going to remember you for being just pretty, just rich or whatever. No one is going to remember you for that.
These are superficial things, and I'll repeat it. These superficial things will never fulfill you. Because you're bigger than that.
And we're not saying that you shouldn't focus on like looks and stuff, because like me and Savia also care about looks and stuff and how we look, obviously, but it shouldn't revolve your whole life around. That shouldn't be your only thing.
That's not my goal, like in life, to be pretty. Like,
and people also feel like, oh, once I'm just pretty, then I get the guy that I want, whatever. But there's a lot of beautiful women, guys. I swear to God, I have one girl that I know, she's so pretty, like I cannot understand. I mean, I know why, but like if you look at her physically, you would not understand why she cannot find someone or not be with someone. But it's just because you have to have detachment from wanting that thing as well, especially as a woman. You should be like happy on your own, and you should be a light on your own, creating on your own. And then when someone comes in, he should add to your life. A man should add to it, you know, and make your life like easier. You're happier, so you can flow even more, you know. Or a woman, man or woman, doesn't matter. But the thing is, like when there is nothing more that you have inside, because you focus so much on the outside and not on inside or knowledge or expanding yourself through knowledge, that's when you compromise yourself. And as a soul from the inside, we need to expand. The more we expand, the bigger your aura gets, the bigger your energy gets. You walk into a room, someone will look at you and think, whoa, just because it's your inside, it's glowing, you know.
I think we live in such a world now with social media and everything. Everyone is like, oh, how much money does she have? How much cars do they have? And it's all like you guys are just like running from dealing whatever is inside of you. You guys are running,
Yeah.
not facing the problems, not wanting to face your fears, not wanting to face all these things that are really like inside of us. And once, like you said, once you deal with the inside, the outside will become beautiful. You know what I mean? It's these I see it all the time. Superficial things, people who only focus on superficial things, I just don't see them happy.
Yeah, we knew this one girl, guys. I'm telling you,
yeah,
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, super beautiful.
Copy of Angelina Jolie in her
beautiful.
Best, like whatever. When everyone thought like, whoa, so beautiful, this girl. And she was with a guy that literally gave her everything. She snapped at her finger. She got a house. She got an apartment, like this at a very young age. She was like 20, 22, something like that. This girl was one of the most miserable persons I've ever met. Like, she was always depressed. And I, at the time, like,
and I know, by the way, a lot of girls that live like that are very depressed.
But I was like, at the time, I was like, why is she like that? Isn't she ungrateful? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But when I started my YouTube and I started creating and have purpose in life, then I understood it. This is a purposeless life. You live in that position, maybe think about, how can I start helping other people?
How can I impact?
How can I impact? How can I help outside? Maybe start like, a charity or something that you can focus on so you find some fulfillment in something.
Yeah, purpose.
Purpose.
It's all about purpose.
Living without purpose, living without creation is what will make you depressed. Because a soul needs to create.
Yeah.
That's our purpose as a soul. Mm-hmm. Creating a family is creating a meal, creating fashion, creating music, creating art, creating videos. It's all creating, guys. Mm-hmm. And you guys have all the capabilities of creating. This is another thing. I was talking to my brother, and my brother, he's like, he comes to me for business advice, and he's like, Liz, like, what should I do now? I want to start a business, this and that. And I was like, okay, invest this type of money into this business, do this, blah, blah, start this. And he's like, but Liz, why would I do that? It already exists. It's already on earth. But I said, why do you think that just because it exists, what you can put, like, your touch into that thing is not going to be good? Mm-hmm. Everything already exists. Mm-hmm. A lot of things already exist. The things that happen are like a copy of a copy, but it's like your energy is what people are drawn to, like videos like mine. How many are there now on YouTube? So many. Almost every video is like mine, or giving advice, or this and that. But some people genuinely prefer other people over me, and I respect that. I respect that a lot, because they connect to that other person. Even we can say the same thing, the same exact script, but you might feel something energetically from that other person that you don't get with me. And that is fair,
Yeah.
Don't think that you shouldn't create because it's already out there, because no, maybe your energy is what is gonna make that thing special.
Yeah, exactly. I agree completely with that. And I also think like, really do what makes you, like, fulfills you. And I just want to have such a like big emphasis on, like, do what you want to do. Not what you see other people doing, not what you think that will work because it works for someone else. Like, really find your passions in life, because this life is about you. Time is ticking. Time is ticking, guys. The world is not going to stop for you. You either live your purpose and find your passion now and focus on that instead of like imitating other people, or you're gonna live a life that you're gonna look back, you're like, oh, I wish I had the guts to, when I was like 25, I wish I had the guts to do that. Or like, it's not even an age thing, because I know people who are 55 or 60, they find their purpose. You know what I mean? Your purpose can be something so small.
Even just impacting one person's life.
Yeah, exactly.
Just listening to your friend, and your friend felt better because of you. You had impact in life.
That's it.
You had meaning in someone's life. Don't take these things for granted. These small things all add up to a butterfly effect. Maybe because of you, that you made your friend feel better, they stopped themselves from doing something or harming themselves.
Exactly. I was reading a book by Albert Camus. I hope I said it right.
Albert Camus.
Oui. Français? Oui.
Un petit peu.
Ah oui, un petit peu, oui. Croissant. And he was talking about like unaliving yourself. I can say that, right?
Yeah, unaliving it.
Unaliving yourself. And he said, he was talking about this guy in the book as an example, and he said like maybe that day he did that because his friend talked to him like indifferently. You know what I mean?
That he didn't care.
Yeah, like a friend talked to him like in a way that he didn't like, and maybe that put someone pushed someone to do something, you know, like unaliving yourself, which is we also have to think about how we talk to people.
Yeah,
I said this in my last video. It's so like we live in a world now where, especially with social media, there's so much envy, there's also so much flaunting of the things that we have, you know. There's so much, look at me, you know, da, da, da. And I feel like that creates so much envy and jealousy, and I understand that because I know in the world we live now, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of like, you know, people dealing with a lot of mental health issues, you know, a lot of people in survival mode, you know, a lot of people trying to find purpose, you know, trying to find how can I fix my life. And that's also why self-help people are so big now, because people really do need advice. Like people are trying to find something or someone like to help them, because a lot of people do need help. And I just want to say, like, we should really think about the stuff we say to other people, because it can literally drive someone to like insanity or like doing something that you don't want to feel guilty for, even though it's not your fault. But like, I don't want to, like, I'm so like aware of what I say to people now, because I know people are going through it.
I think people are struggling a lot these days. But guys, please, also with taking advice from social media, please stop looking into so many unnecessary things like this theory, this strategy, this is going on. Well, I see so much of it and I'm like, don't make yourself go crazy. Life is much more free than that. Like, these are all boxes that you put yourself in, you know what I mean? You can use things as tools to direct yourself and to help yourself, sure. But don't think like, for example, first love theory. Oh, men only fall in love one time and never again. We fall in love many times, many times, over and over and over again. That's life, you know what I mean?
It's like you see so many people like, oh, this is how men are, this is how women are, this is how they are. Everyone's like saying something, and at some point, like, it's like laughable at this point.
Just be your authentic self, and you will attract someone that's also their authentic self, and you will connect on a soul level. Not all men cheat, not all men are terrible, not all women cheat, not all women are terrible,
not all women are gold diggers, not all women want only money. Like, you guys are, there is generalization is such a big thing now,
and I think they also don't understand what they say, because they see a woman that says like, oh, money is important for me in a relationship, I want my man to provide. They're like, oh, she's a gold digger, she only wants money. No, because most of the women that are saying that will not stay with a man that cheats on them but still provides, because it's not only about the money, it's about wanting security for your family, which as a woman should be on your mind if you're trying to create children. Because why would you want your children to suffer with a father that can't even provide anything for them? You know, that doesn't make sense to me. Even if you want to do 50-50, great, but then both of you guys are providing, you know what I mean? And it's not about like using each other, because if you say something like, oh, she's just using me for my money, you're using me for my youth, for my beauty, for my children making skills, for my food skills, for everything. Like, women can go on and on.
I feel like men, when men say like, if I provide for you, you're using me, is like, don't you, like, what do you mean? Like, are you just giving her money and she's not sitting there as a plant?
Like she's not doing anything.
Like, is she a statue? Like, you just like putting,
you know
money?
What it also is, like,
I don't get
man that respects a woman as in femininity never ever complains about providing. That's something that they love to do. That's like completely different. And I think the guys that do complain, they don't respect the feminine aspect of everything. If men could get pregnant women would have to work their ass off to provide for a man, because he would not work.
I think a man that doesn't respect the divine feminine will never in his life be successful.
No, and that's what the most successful men know. Ask the most successful men, they're always taking care of women.
Yeah.
Different women, by the way, 10, 20 women, they're always giving them money. Why? It's respecting the feminine. It's respecting the divine feminine.
Yeah.
That's how the world works.
That's also why religion has such a big emphasis on women. Respect women. You know, God is telling you something. Listen, yeah? Because I know everyone, the religion, praying, everything, yeah, listen to really what is being said. Women are such a big thing in this world. And you guys think that, it's women versus men, they want to use. No, like, if you're good to, God told you, you're praying to God. You're asking him for help. You're not even good to your mom. You're not good to your sister. You're not good to the women around you. So you're not really listening.
Someone that's degrading a woman will never see success in his life, because the divine feminine is a very powerful source, and they have downplayed it in ages and ages, and they have made women feel very small. But guys, what is bigger than being able to birth a child on earth? What is bigger? Like, I talked to Sabina about it. I'm like, if there is any form of like who you should listen to about God or like intuitive things, it would be a woman.
Yeah.
Because she literally has the ability to birth another human onto earth.
It's because God gives, we say God gives life, you know, God will breed like life into a soul. You know what I mean? What does a woman do? She gives birth to that soul. So what is the closest thing to God? A woman. You're praying to God, but you're not good to the women around you. A woman births that soul. And what are you doing? Disrespecting exactly what, like, you know what I mean?
It's like, you know, this is a whole misogynistic thing. Look what they did, the patriarchy. When a woman is pregnant or has her period, they made it seem as if God punished them. And that's why they have to bear that. But if a man could get pregnant, they would say, look what a blessing a man is. He is able to give birth, and he's able to give a child, like on this earth, all these things. They completely changed the whole narrative. And this does not benefit neither men or women. This benefits no one but the people in the higher society that want to control the other people. Because what you have done now is, if you have God and you have a vessel right here, that's a woman, right? And you have the man right here. If the woman is happy, feels safe and protected, she can draw from God source energy into her family, into her children. You will see that the man becomes more successful. You will see her children will thrive, and everyone in that family becomes more successful, because the woman is able to draw from source. If a woman prays, I will tell you 100% that thing will happen. This is how powerful women are. They're very intuitive. But what did you guys do? When a woman said that God is speaking to me, I can heal, I can do this, she's a witch. She's a witch.
We should burn her.
Yeah. But when a man said, I hear from God, I hear from this, oh, he's an angel, he's a prophet. Wow, you know? It doesn't make sense. And you know, women do this to themselves as well. You guys have put yourself down. You guys have put men above you. You have made men your whole life goal. I should find a man. Anything you're looking from outside is within you. You are the magic that you want to look for on this earth. All the abundance, all the stability you're looking for is from the inside.
God chose women to give birth to these souls. He chose women, you know. He's like the most powerful, most intelligent, most like biggest, like we can't even imagine how big he is, you know, all these things. And he said, I choose the women. Why? And then men are like, oh, women, this, like, women, you know, they're just like, you know, we're much bigger, we should lead. Show me a successful guy and then just show me the woman that's standing next to him.
And she's helping the man.
Yeah.
When a man has a strong woman behind him that's helping him grow, he will expand like no tomorrow. All these inventors like Einstein, all these people, they had a woman next to him that was helping him with his theories and everything. And but like the men got the credit, of course, but the women were helping them as much. You know what I mean? Women need to stop putting themselves down.
As a woman, you shouldn't be looking for men. Men should be looking for you, you know. And then I think you should just be busy with like whatever it is that like excites you and your purpose, and then you will attract the men that you want in your life. But I don't think a woman should ever be looking for men.
It's when you focus on yourself, you're authentically glowing, you feel good about yourself, and you allow your femininity also to flow. And I'm not talking about femininity as in you have to act feminine, you have to wear dresses now all the time. No,
you can be a tomboy and be feminine.
Yeah, because you're just flowing. What does femininity mean? It's water, it's energy, it's emotion. You're allowed to flow, you're allowed to be free, you know. And when you allow yourself to be free, when you allow yourself to create, that's when you will meet the person that can also help you in that and add to it, you know what I mean? But I think it all starts with women respecting women, and that's the biggest issue, because a lot of women, that what I see is like they just envy other women, and they're trying to put them down. Why are you trying to put another woman down? Why you don't benefit from putting another woman down, because you just look weak in front of other people, because now you just look insecure.
Instead of like envying, you should just learn from
you should look
people.
At, okay, you're inspired, whatever
exactly.
Whatever you envy in someone, you're inspired, you want that thing. Focus on how can I get it, because the other person is not special. They're not special. They've done probably something that hundreds of people have done before, so you can do that too. But have that belief in yourself. And when you give that, when you are jealous and you just focus on being jealous and not transmuting that energy into something bigger, what you do is you give your precious energy to that person. You make them even bigger. You guys think that negative attention is bad when you commentate and all these things, that you're giving still energy to that person. So their star quality, their celebrity status, everything that surrounds their energy becomes bigger, because they are relevant. They are so relevant that you took the time out of your day to put comments, to say stuff and all these things, you know, and put your energy towards them. But if you thought that you were relevant, you would look at it, you would be like, you know what, I'm happy for her, let me do it too. You know? And then you would call your power back and you would expand.
Yeah. This was the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. We'll definitely do like another question video again. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye bye.